Okay, viewers, as you studied in the previous lecture that we had three environments of solving problems. One is certainty, one is uncertainty, and the third one is risk. So, in this part now, we will be dealing decision making under uncertainty. When we are dealing with decision making under uncertainty, we may have these five kinds of situations. So certain criteria of decision making under uncertainty may be optimism, it may be maximax or minimin. Pessimism means maximin or minimax. Equal probabilities, that is Laplace. Coefficient of optimism means Herwig's, or regret or salvage value. So these five may be the situations. We can solve our problems with the help of these five. How can we do that? Okay, let's do it. First of all, optimism criteria means maximax or minimin criteria. Choose the alternative with the best possible payoff. First of all, locate the maximum or minimum payoff values corresponding to each alternatives. So these are this is the payoff table. We have three strategies and we have three states of nature, N1, N2 and N3. For each strategy we have payoffs. For example, for S1 and strategy and for N1 state of nature we have 7,000, and similarly for others also. How can we do that? With the help of optimism, we select the maximum of a row of a strategy. So in the first strategy we have maximum 7,000, in the seventh strategy we have maximum 5,000, in third strategy we have maximum 3,000. After selection of the maximum, again we select the maximum of maximum value. It is called maximax. We have selected that is 7,000. So we will adopt strategy S1. The maximax is 7,000. Hence the company should adopt strategy S1. So this is the simple optimism criteria. But this was for the profit. If we are doing it for the cost, we can adopt minimin criteria. What is the second criteria? It is pessimism, maximin or minimax criteria. Here you have to choose the alternative with the best of the worst possible payoffs, or worst of the best possible, both ways. Locate the minimum payoff values corresponding to each alternative like this. The same example, we have minimum of strategy 1 is 3,000, rather it must be 1,500. It is written wrongly. It is 1,500. What is S2? It is 0. And what is S3? It is 3,000 again. Alright. So what is the maximum value? So out of these minimum values, we have take the maximum value, which is of strategy S3. So with the help of pessimism strategy, we have selected the strategy S3, that is 3,000. That's it. The egg decision with the higher minimum value is 3,000. Hence the company should adopt strategy S3. What is the Laplace criterion or equal probabilities? Here we assign equal probabilities to all the alternatives. Under this assumption, all states of nature are equally likely. So decision maker can compute the average payoff for each row. The sum of possible consequences of each alternative is divided by the number of states of nature, means average. And then select the alternative that has the highest row average. You can take the example, same example. The average of strategy S1 is 3833.33. For strategy S2, 3166.66, and for strategy S3, 3000. And again, the largest expected run is from strategy 1, that is, executive should choose strategy S1 with payoff 3833.33. So this is Laplace criteria. Okay, next one is coefficient of optimism or Hurwick's criteria. The criteria represents a compromise between the optimistic and the pessimistic approach to decision making under uncertainty. Here, out of all the alternatives, we choose the best one as per our concerns, and we choose the worst one. We assign a probability, maximum probability which we can to the best one and the minimum probability to the worst one. How can we do that? For each alternative, select the largest and lowest payoff values and multiply these with alpha and 1 minus alpha values respectively. Alpha is the probability of the best one and 1 minus alpha is the probability of the worst one. Then calculate the weighted average using the formula. H, coefficient of optimism, is equal to alpha times maximum in column plus 1 minus alpha time minimum in the column. So select the best answer. So this is the calculation of coefficient of optimism. Here the same example, we have strategies, again 3. For strategy 1, we have maximum pay of 7,000 and we have minimum pay of 1,500. So what is H value? We multiply the alpha value. Okay, what is the alpha here? We have assumed that alpha is 0.6 for the best option. So automatically for the worst option it is 0.4, means 1 minus 0.6. So we have calculated the formula. We have found that H is 4800, for S2 3000 and for S3 again 3000. Okay, what is the last one? What is the regret or salvage rule? This rule represents a pessimistic approach. The opportunity loss reflects the difference between each payoff and the best possible payoff in the column. If I have lost the best possible alternative and I have taken the other alternative, so what was the difference between the best and that which I have chosen? We have to compute it for each alternative. It can be defined as the amount of profit foregone by not choosing the best alternative for each state of the nature. For each course of action, identify the maximum regret value, record this number in a row. Select the course of action with smallest anticipated opportunity loss value. Finally, we have to do it with by choosing smallest anticipated opportunity loss. Take the same example. We have 3 again states of nature, strategies, right? So what was the best one, highest value in column, in the column first? We have 7,000, alright. Then we have to minus all the values from this, the highest value. For strategy S1, we have found for N1 0, for N2 1500, because here the best column value is 4500 and for N3 the best column value was 3000. So in the same way we have calculated it for all the payoffs. When we have calculated for strategy S1, we found that the best value in S1 is 1500, for S2 the best value is 3000 and for S3 the best value is 4000. So the company should adopt minimum opportunity loss strategy. Where is the minimum opportunity loss? In strategy S1, which is only 1500. So in this way, we can choose strategy S1 with the help of regret value. So this is end of this part. We will be meeting in the next part. Thank you very much.